No one saved a seat for me and my son at the family reunion. It's just a celebration of success, my brother said. Then Mom added, his daughter's the real winner here. So I ordered pizza, ate alone with my son, and watched us on national news. The next morning, my phone couldn't stop buzzing. My name is Jim. I'm 34, a patrol sergeant, and the only one in my family who wears a uniform that isn't a tux. I work nights more often than not. I pack lunches, scrub spaghetti off a secondhand high chair, and braid my 8-year-old's hair the way YouTube taught me. In my family, I've always been the background guy. Useful, quiet, reliable. My younger brother, Adam, is the star. He speaks and people clap. I show up and people hand me chairs to stack. I grew up on the edge of their spotlight. Report cards? If we both brought home A's, he got a dinner out and I got. Good, keep it up. When he wrecked Mom's Camry, Dad called it a teachable moment. When I cracked a phone screen, I got a lecture about responsibility and 3 months of chores. That rhythm never changed. It just got more expensive. These days I try not to care. I've got a kid who thinks I'm a superhero because I can open stubborn pickle jars and do the voice for every character in her favorite cartoon. Her name is Lily. She counts how many stars we can find on the walk from the car to our apartment. Last week she asked why Grandma never frames our pictures. I told her we don't print enough. She believed me. Kids believe you if you say it kindly enough. The invitation to the reunion came in a group text. Big celebration of success, with 3 trophy emojis and a link to a sign-up sheet. The location was a rented pavilion at the county park. The agenda wasn't subtle. Toast Adam's new venture and scholarship shout-out for Emma. Emma is Adam's daughter. She's smart and sweet. I buy her science kits on clearance. It wasn't the venture or the scholarship that bothered me. It was the part where Mom wrote, "Please wear something nice." I wear something nice every day. It just has my last name sewn on. We showed up right on time. Me in clean chinos, Lily in the blue dress she saves for fancy pizza. The pavilion was full of white tablecloths, balloons, and a banner with Adam's company logo stretched next to a collage of Emma at award ceremonies. There were name cards at the tables. I scanned for hours and felt that familiar heat in my neck. 3 long tables, 26 seats. Adam's family, grandparents, friends of the venture. No Jim. Daddy, where do we sit? Lily asked, clutching her stuffed fox. I tried to make my voice cheerful. We'll find a spot, bug. We didn't. When I asked Mom, she smiled tight. Oh honey, it's a celebration of success. Adam only had so many paid seats with the caterer. You know how these things are. Adam slid in behind her, clapped my shoulder like I'd wandered into the VIP lounge by mistake. There's picnic benches over by the trees, he said. Super casual, man. You don't mind, right? He didn't wait for my answer. I stood there holding 2 paper plates and a knot in my chest. Lily squeezed my hand and whispered, "It's okay, Daddy. I like trees." We walked to the edge of the grass. I pretended the wind felt good. As we passed the dessert table, Mom added, like she was delivering news from the podium, "And Jim, please don't make this about you. Tonight is for winners. Emma is the real winner here." The words landed like a door closing. I swallowed what I wanted to say. Lily tugged my sleeve. "Can we have pizza?" "Sure," I said. "Let's order one." I sat with my kid at a splintered bench, tapping my phone with ketchup on my thumb, while cheers rose from the pavilion. A man with a camera drifted by with the crowd. He glanced at us, then back to the banner. I didn't think anything of it. I just counted stars with my daughter at 4 in the afternoon and watched the empty seats stay empty. I've always been the one who covers gaps. When Dad's roof sprung a leak, I bought tar and spent my only free Saturday patching shingles while he stood on the grass saying, "You missed a spot." When Mom's prescription card lapsed, I drove across town on a midnight break to front $287.14 at the 24-hour pharmacy and got a text after. "Paid you back in love." When Adam collected a stack of parking tickets, 9, to be exact, I stood at a courthouse counter with my badge turned backward because it would look bad if someone recognized him. He zelled me $20 later with a thumbs-up emoji. The running joke in our family chat is that I'm officer discount. I get asked about waiving citations as a birthday present, about neighbor noise complaints, about whether I can just talk to someone about a cousin's suspended license. Meanwhile, Adam's updates get fireworks and hashtags. When he landed his first angel investment, Mom hosted a brunch for backers and tried to seat me at the kids' table because my work stories are intense for polite company. I used to tell myself it didn't matter. I had Lily. I had a route through town where the barista knows I like my coffee black and my donuts plain. I had a partner on nights who cracks the same dad joke every shift change. The invisible son can still have a decent life if he's stubborn about it. Money is where the invisible part turns heavy. There's only so much stretching you can do as a cop in a city that loves overtime, but not raises. I keep a spreadsheet I named Breathing Room. It has 4 colors: green for paid, yellow for pending, orange for we'll make it, red for pick up another shift. When my marriage ended, that spreadsheet decided how often the lights stayed on. We share custody now. I keep the rent cheap and the pantry boring. Once in a while, I splurge on Lego sets I pretend are educational. 2 months before the reunion, Adam called with the speed talk voice he uses when he's about to ask for something big. Bro, I need you to co-sign. It's just a bridge loan. The investor money is a lock. They love me. They just need to see family support. How much? I asked. He laughed like I was adorable. It's not about the number. It's always about the number. Silence. Then 150. I looked at Lily asleep on the couch, TV still on mute, subtitles flickering. No. Come on, he said. You're the one with the stable job. Your credit score is like a Boy Scout badge. No, I said again. You're being dramatic. It's family. I hung up. He texted Mom. Jim's in a mood. She texted me, then called again. 12 missed calls in one afternoon. Finally a message. We're disappointed. You of all people should support your brother's dream. I stared at it until the screen dimmed. A week later, a box showed up at my door with a note in Mom's handwriting. For Lily, so she can feel proud at the reunion. Inside was a gold bow and a dress 2 sizes too big. The tag said $179. I checked my account, sighed, and Venmo'd $30 for cupcakes for Emma's party because Aunt Denise posted in the group chat that everyone should contribute. No one thanked me. That's not new. It's the default. Then the scholarship email went around. Emma won a statewide STEM award. She deserved the world for that. The part that stung was Mom's PS. This is what success looks like. Like the man who shows up to overdoses at 3 a.m. isn't doing something that counts. The reunion plan hardened. They rented the pavilion, hired a photographer, ordered engraved champagne flutes with Adam's logo. They made a seating chart. There were columns for investors, mentors, press. There wasn't a column for the son who knows where the spare trash bags are. On the morning of, Mom called while I was tying Lily's shoes. Don't be late, she said. Be appropriate. Then, as if she were commenting on the weather, if there's a seating squeeze, you'll understand. Meaning what? Meaning you and Lily might have to be flexible. It's about optics. Optics. I stared at my kid's sock with the tiny hole at the toe and said, we'll see you there. I told myself I'd take whatever they handed me and make it fun. I packed crayons and fruit snacks. I slipped a 20 into my wallet just in case. Lily brought her Fox. We drove with the windows down because the AC rattles and she likes the wind in her hair. At the park, the first thing I saw was the banner with Adam's face next to the words Vision, Courage, Results. The second thing I saw was the list of names at each plate. My name wasn't there. No Jim plus Lily. Just family in the centerpieces and a note at the end of the program. Special thanks to our community heroes. I guess I was supposed to feel included by implication. Daddy, are we heroes? Lily asked. Every day, I said. Let's find our adventure spot. We found the bench under the trees. It tilted. The wood smelled like old rain. I ordered a large pepperoni and a small cheese because that's what her face does when she says extra melty. As the pavilion clapped for speeches, Lily drew a fox wearing a graduation cap. I pretended my chest didn't hurt. When the pizza came, we ate straight from the box, legs swinging. I kept my back to the pavilion so I wouldn't flinch when someone shouted to Adam again. At some point, a cameraman drifted near the trees, panning across the park. He paused on us, just a second, and I almost told him to keep walking. Then Lily waved. She does that to strangers, like the world might wave back. He smiled, filmed the banner, then us again, the tilt of the bench, the pizza box. I didn't know his logo. I didn't care. I wiped sauce off Lily's chin. Over the microphone, I heard Mom say, bright as a bell, tonight we honor the true winners. I folded another slice in half and counted to 10. The big moment didn't come with fireworks. It came with folding chairs. After the toasts, the DJ started in with the nostalgia playlist. Relatives danced. A drone buzzed like a huge lazy fly over the pavilion. Adam worked the crowd, pointing, laughing, hugging donors like he invented gratitude. Mom floated between tables, checking on everyone who mattered to her. I walked Lily to the restrooms and back, her small hand trust warm in mine. When we returned, Our bench was occupied by coolers. No one had moved them. They had appeared like we weren't supposed to be there in the first place. I looked toward the pavilion. There were still empty seats near the end of one table. Two, actually, next to the stack of spare programs. I took Lily's hand and headed that way. Hey, I said to the nearest cousin. Mind if we grab those too? She glanced at the name cards, at me, at Lily. Those are for investors. Investors who aren't here, I said. I'm just trying to let my kids sit with a backrest. Mom heard my voice and came over, smile crisp. Jimmy, she said through her teeth, please don't make a scene. A scene is 2 chairs? I asked. It's about optics, she said again. Press is here. Adam materialized with a flute of something bubbly. Bro, chill. We'll get you a chair. He turned and snapped his fingers at a teenager in a staff shirt. Grab a folding chair for my brother. The kid brought 1 chair. Metal. No cushion. He sat at a polite distance from the table, like we should be grateful to Orbit. Lily tugged my sleeve. It's okay, she whispered. I can sit on your lap. I picked her up and sat in the metal chair. My knees pressed the table edge. A server stepped around us with a tray, adjusted so she didn't bump my shoulder. Adam raised his glass again for a toast. To entrepreneurs, the real risk takers. I laughed. It came out wrong, sharp, tired. Mom's eyes snapped to mine. If you can't support your brother, you can at least be quiet, she hissed. Don't ruin this. I set my glass down. My voice came out steady. I'm not ruining anything. I'm feeding my kid. Adam leaned in. You're acting like a martyr, Jim. It's one night. One night on top of a lot of other nights. Don't start, Mom said. Not here. A reporter walked by with a boom mic. He glanced at the kids' table, at the VIP table, then at me. Sergeant, he said, reading the name on my chest. Mind if I ask you a quick question for the local piece? I'm off the clock, I said. No comment. He nodded, moved on, but the mic had already caught Mom's stage whisper. His daughter's the real winner here, referring to Emma, not Lily. It was the same tone she'd used my whole life, just louder now that there were witnesses. Something settled. Not anger. Clarity, like when a siren stops and you can hear again. I stood up, Lily's arms around my neck. I set her down gently and brushed crumbs from her dress. We're done, I said, mostly to myself. Then louder, to Mom and Adam. We're leaving. Mom reached for my arm. Jim, don't be childish. I stepped back. No, this isn't childish. This is me saying no. Adam rolled his eyes. Over seats. Over years. He spread his hands. You want a medal for being a cop? You chose that. I want a chair at my family's table, I said. And I'm done paying for a table I don't get to sit at. A few heads turned. An aunt whispered. The DJ missed his cue. I could feel that ripple. The oh no, here it comes. I stayed calm, the way I do at fender benders when both drivers swear it's the other's fault. Mom's voice went brittle. After all we've done for you. I thought about the nights, the checks, the quiet drives home with an empty wallet. I thought about the bridge loan ask, about the dress with the price tag that could have been a week of groceries. I looked at Lily, who was watching our mouths like she was trying to read along. I crouched to her eye level. We're going to have a movie night, okay? Just you and me. Can we finish the pizza? Absolutely. I stood, met Mom's eyes. I'm not the problem. I'm your boundary. You keep pushing past it because I let you. That ends now. Adam snorted. Oh my God, this isn't about revenge, I said, surprising myself with how quiet my voice was. This is about closure. He opened his mouth to argue, but the reporter had drifted back, a lens over his shoulder, catching the edges. Lily's fox, the single metal chair, the table placed cards. I took Lily's hand. We walked away. Behind us, Mom called my name in that sharp way, like I was 8 and had touched the good china. I didn't turn around. I carried the pizza box with my free hand. Lily hummed the song from her cartoons. The sun was too bright. The bench by the trees was empty again, waiting like nothing had happened. We sat and ate in the shade. The drone circled once, then veered off toward the banner. I breathed. For the first time all night, I breathed. We watched a movie on my laptop in the car, the pizza box balanced between the seats, the windows cracked to let the park air in. Lily fell asleep halfway through, chin shiny with cheese grease, fox tucked under her arm. I carried her to the car seat and drove home slow. I turned my phone face down and left it there. The next morning my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. 37 unread messages, then 52, then 103. Missed calls, Dad, 3, Mom, 9, Adam, 14, Unknown, 5. The group chat stacked with screenshots. My partner texted a link with a skull emoji. You're famous. I clicked. A national morning show had run a feel-good montage about community celebrations, and there we were, 5 seconds that felt like an hour. The big banner, the champagne flutes, the line celebration of success, and then a cut to a police sergeant and his kid eating pizza on a crooked bench because there wasn't a seat saved for them at the family table. The mic had caught Mom's line, "The real winner here," without names. The internet filled in the blanks. The caption asked, "Who is the real winner?" I put my phone down and poured cereal. Lily shuffled in, hair a soft mess. "Is school today?" she asked. "Not today," I said. "We're doing pancakes for dinner tonight." She grinned. "With strawberries?" "With strawberries." The phone buzzed again. I checked once, because duty is a habit. A request from the precinct PIO, "Do you want to comment?" And a text from the reporter asking to confirm spelling of my name. I declined both. This wasn't a scandal. This was just our bench. By noon, Mom had left a voicemail that started tearful and ended scolding. "You embarrassed us. You made it look like we excluded you." I deleted it. Adam texted, "You need to fix this. We're getting heat." Then, a follow-up. "Bro, just post that you like picnics." I let the bubbles fade. At 2 p.m., Aunt Denise wrote in the group chat, "This is a hit job." He could have asked for a chair. I almost replied with a picture of the single metal chair, but I didn't. I took Lily to the park instead, a different one with a tire swing and a water fountain that barely works. On the walk, she asked, "Are we in trouble?" "No," I said. "We're just not sitting at the wrong table anymore." When we got back, there was a message from Dad. "Come over and talk like a man." I put my phone on airplane mode. I set out 2 plates and chopped strawberries. I wrote out bills because the electric company doesn't care about family drama. The spreadsheet turned 3 boxes from orange to yellow. Small victory. Lily watched cartoons and built a Lego police station next to the toaster. The next wave came at night. A cousin posted the clip with a paragraph about respecting those who work in silence. A former classmate tagged me and wrote, "Didn't know this was your family. Yikes." My landlord texted, "Saw the news. You're good tenants. Ignore the noise." That one made me smile. Mom finally sent a message that was almost honest. "We didn't think the cameras would notice you." I stared at it. I typed 3 drafts of replies and erased them all. Then I wrote, "You don't notice me unless I pay." Within minutes, the calls started again. I let them go. 18 missed. 24 missed. "Pick up," Adam wrote. "We need you to say the family is close." When I didn't, he switched tactics. "Don't do this to Emma. She's just a kid." I looked at Lily asleep on the couch and felt something old in me harden into something new. "I won't," I texted. "That's why I'm not lying for you." 2 days later, an email landed with the subject line, "Opportunity for Emma." It was from Mom, CCing Adam and me. "Given recent events," she wrote, "it would help optics if we placed Emma in St. Bart's for the fall. Tuition is $18,400. Since you've been in the news, we thought you could rally support. Maybe cover first semester?" Family pulling together. I read it twice to make sure I wasn't hallucinating. I replied, "No," then I blocked the thread. They tried other angles. Dad called my lieutenant. "Is Jim all right? He's acting erratic." My lieutenant popped into roll call and said, "Your dad's worried you're setting boundaries." I told him that's legal. The room laughed. I didn't. Mom went public in the small way she knows. A Facebook post about how some people twist things. The comments split predictably. Half of them were church friends saying, "Praying." The other half were people who'd seen the video saying, "Save a seat." I didn't engage. I cleaned out the trunk of my car instead. 3 traffic cones, a blanket, Lily's soccer ball. Ordinary things are how you survive. Then came the cash ask, naked and simple. "Can you send $2,000 today?" Adam texted. "Bridge loan hiccup. I'll pay you back Friday." I typed no. He replied with a voice note about family obligation and my cop's salary and how he'd loaned me his Xbox when we were kids. I didn't answer. 10 minutes later, Mom chimed in. "We're being evicted from the pavilion next month for a follow-up event because of negative press. Help your brother fix this. He needs a PR firm." I put the phone in the junk drawer and went to wash dishes. That night, a neighbor knocked with a pie because her kid loves Lily's chalk drawings on the sidewalk. We ate slices at the counter. Lily talked about spelling words and foxes. The phone in the drawer hummed like a trapped insect, and I let it hum. Day 3, I texted my terms. It was a note I wrote in the Notes app and read out loud to make sure I sounded like myself. Here are my boundaries. 1. I'm not co-signing anything. 2. I'm not paying for events, PR, or tuition. 3. If you speak to my boss again, I will file a complaint. 4. No more using my job as your discount card. 5. If we meet, Lily and I get actual seats. 6. Any conversation starts with an apology. I sent it to Mom and Adam individually. I didn't send it to the group chat. I set the phone down and breathed. For minutes later, Adam replied, "You're ridiculous." A minute after that, "Fine. We'll talk." Mom took longer. When she finally answered, it was a single line. "You've changed." I wrote, "Yes." She called. I didn't pick up. 11 missed calls. 14. Then a text. "Sunday dinner? We'll set 2 places." I stared at "we'll set 2 places" until the letters blurred. I typed, "Not this week." Then I took Lily for ice cream because you should mark small landmarks when you find them. The next morning, the reporter called again. "There's interest in a longer piece about first responders and family expectations," he said. "Off the record?" "No stories," I said. "I'm just a dad who ordered pizza." He laughed. "Understood." After I hung up, I got a message from the school counselor about a parent committee. They needed someone to organize a safety day. I said yes without thinking. It felt like the right kind of table. I spent my lunch break calling the bike shop about helmets and the firehouse about a visit. It was the most peace I'd felt in days. At night, when the apartment was quiet, I opened the storage bin where I keep the photo albums no one wanted. There's a picture of me at 10 holding a trophy for a spelling bee, off to the side of the frame. Adam, 8, is in the center holding a soccer ball he didn't win that day. Mom's hand is on his shoulder. I looked at my small face with the disappointed smile and said, to no one, "You were there." Then I put the album back and went to bed. A week after the reunion, I met Mom and Adam at a diner at 10 a.m. because public places keep conversations honest. I chose a booth by the window where Lily could draw on the kids' menu. I ordered coffee. They arrived in silence thick as syrup. Mom started with a sigh. "You heard us." I stirred my coffee. I showed up. "You didn't have a seat for us." Adam folded his arms. "It wasn't personal." "It always is when it's a pattern," I said. "And it's been a pattern since we were kids." The waitress placed pancakes in front of Lily. "Extra strawberries," she said, winking. Lily beamed. I let the quiet stretch. Mom tried the old tone. "Your brother is building something. He needs family. He needs boundaries," I said. "And so do I." Adam leaned forward. "So what will make this right?" "You listen," I said. "You stop asking me to pay for the privilege of being related to you. You apologized to Lily for telling her she wasn't a real winner by making sure she didn't have a seat. You stop calling my boss. You leave my paycheck alone." Mom's mouth tightened. "We can do a seat. The rest is dramatic." I stood my ground. "No more money. No more co-signing. No more PR. If you ask again, we're done." She looked at Lily and then at me. "We didn't know you felt so excluded." "You did," I said. "You just counted on me swallowing it." Silence again. Then Adam muttered, "Fine. I won't ask you for money." He said it like a concession on a game show. It was still more than I expected to hear. Mom didn't apologize. She rarely does. But she lowered her eyes when she told Lily, "We'll save you a seat next time." Lily said, "Okay," like she was deciding whether to share crayons. I paid the bill. Adam didn't fight me for it. On the sidewalk, Mom reached for a hug, and I gave her one, the kind with boundaries. She whispered, "You don't have to be so hard." "I have to be exact," I said. For her. We went home. I went to work. I walked my beat and waved at the shop owners who know my name. I filled out reports and taught a rookie how to write one without sounding like a robot. I sent the parent committee a schedule. I fixed a leaky faucet. I cut the tag out of Lily's blue dress so she'd stop scratching at her neck. That night, I tucked her in and sat on the couch with a bowl of cereal because I was too tired to cook. My phone was quiet for the first time in days. No new messages. No new asks. It felt like standing in a doorway and finally choosing which side of the house is home. I don't have a grand revenge. I won't post a thread or sell a story. I won't make a speech at another reunion. I won't co-sign, won't fund, won't fix optics. I'll show up for the tables that show up for me. I'll keep my budget green when I can and orange when I must. I'll pack lunches and open jars and do funny voices. I'll sit where there's a seat for my kid and me, and if there isn't, we'll bring our own chairs. I used to think closure was a door slamming. Turns out it's a lock clicking from the inside. I won't let anyone spin my life for me again.